Hey, so I've been thinking a lot about art lately. You know, that gooey middle part of life that sticks to the roof of your mouth when you bite into it, like caramel. I've been thinking a lot about how most people I've met in my 19 years of living have refused to make art. They don't want to expose themselves, they don't want to open in the ways art requires you to open. It's too vulnerable, it's too naked. That's what I chalk it up to, at least. It's what I glean is buried under all the I'm not doing all that. People love to be nonchalant nowadays. It's a word that carries a lot of weight, ironically. People are scared. That's what I think. It's scary to be sincere. It's especially scary in a world where trying too hard on a platform of any size or kind is basically the equivalent of leaking your own nudes and expecting people not to be shitty about it. Like, when will people understand that others just want to let the birds sitting in their calloused palms fly and make nests? When will people understand that making things is part of what we're supposed to be living for? You know, shout out the robots, but like, I don't want you to make a poem for me. When will people understand that behind every cringy millennial I did a thing is a heart wanting to open? Everything online right now is threatening and sharp. It's hard to find an Instagram comment section that isn't riddled with bigotry and despair. It doesn't matter what the reel or post is about. You see a happy couple doing happy couple things, men in the comments will say they want to kill themselves because, yes, when man is confronted with the opportunity to practice empathy and encouragement, man will always choose to be selfish instead and sink deeper into his self-fulfilling depravity. If you post a reel and you're a visible minority of any kind living any sort of life, commenters will always find a way to impale, roast, and chew with wolf fangs and leech teeth. The examples go on. You get the point. But, of course, everyone online is right all the time and never wrong or racist or shitty or dumb because how could you be? It's all perspective. It's all differing points of view, courtesy, discourse, thanks for the gold, kind stranger, and all that. So, clearly the internet is a cesspool. Why am I telling you to make art and share it? I mean, I just made several cynical comments poking fun at people online, and lo and behold, I am person online coming to you directly from my house. So, well, I'm telling you because you are an artist. You watch movies, you listen to music, you draw, you paint, you journal maybe, you write poems in your notes app at 2 a.m. Because the most powerful things don't need to come from avant-garde, genius nepo babies who sit in their ivory towers far away from anything real or foundational. Because geniuses are just as mythological as the Kraken or Medusa. Because how do you keep without shedding parts of you as you go? How do you keep without leaving? How do you exist and thrive when there's birdsong trapped in your chest, shaking and bouncing off the walls of its cell, making the walls of each chamber of your heart quiver with longing, a sort of longing that can only come from drought and lack? Because how do you live without telling about it? Art is how we interpret the world. Art is everything. Everything that matters and resonates, at least. I'm not your mom. You do what you want. But I know you can make something beautiful because you are beautiful, aren't you? It takes one to know one, or whatever. And you know, you wouldn't even have to give up doom scrolling. Go watch Freak Bob narrate an AP brain rot quiz, then, I don't know, read a Toni Morrison novel and cry, then write a furious love poem about your hallway crush. We contain multitudes, seriously. I saw a group of women in a grocery store parking lot dancing and singing along to music today. They each couldn't have been older than 30. Their music was so loud and so were their hearts. I could feel their pulses pumping through the ground beneath them and reaching the soles of my shoes. It was so artful. It was something you could make after. There are little inspiring things dancing everywhere you look, and I know you can do this. I know you can make something, write something, paint something, sing something, and I know you should. There's no reason not to. I mean, I did it. I wrote this stupid book. Am I gonna think it's shitty and bad in a few years? Maybe. But at least I had the courage to try. At least I let the bird fly. At least I let my heart sing its song. I'll leave you with this. It's a poem I wrote called Currently Trying to Make Something That Means Something / some sort of life, because I'm an artist and artists love to put slashes in their titles. Artists need to be pretentious and out there and weird and zany. Haha, I am zany. Anyways, this is a poem from my book, Just This Forever, which you can buy, by the way. Shameless plug, I know, but the link's in the description. Trying to make something that means something. Some sort of life. In a grocery store's snack aisle, or at home, or with wide eyes and an apple core heart. In the soul, in that aching part of your chest, bored, scratching computer thoughts off an old receipt. On someone else's mind, in someone else's heart, with trustful flavored hymns brimming the corners of my ears. Out in the wild with feverish wind, out in the cold, ache alive, always making some sort of life. You are always making some sort of life.